Hey, YouTube friends and family, thanks for joining me. So as part of the Dandelion mini-series, I've been looking for recipes of different things that I could do. And at this time of the year, when I'm gardening, my hands get dirty out in the garden because I don't like to wear gloves, yet I still like to bake bread. And so I found a recipe years back, which is a fermented dough recipe. You ferment it overnight and there's no kneading involved. Anyway, so I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see this, and yeah, we'll get started. This is the dandelion blooms that I've been collecting, and really put the lid on there tight, and some honey. And so I'm going to mix these in first, and I would say this is probably just about a half a cup of dandelion blooms, and just fold that into the dough. Because again, it's not needed, and you can probably see how wet it is on the bottom. And so you just put a little bit of flour on a cutting board to allow it to not stick to the board. And I put a little edge of flour around the side because I've done this before and it's actually it's escaped off the board and gone all over the counter, which is not a great thing. So I have no idea how this is going to be because I've done this recipe lots of different ways. I've added walnuts and cranberries to it. I've done it with different kinds of flour. I've done whole wheat. I've done rye. This is not a gluten-free recipe. So this is 1/8 of a cup of honey, but I'm probably not even going to use the whole thing because the dough, it needs to be moist like it is. What happens is right now in the oven, I've got my big cast iron pot, which has a lid, and I am preheating that. And once that comes up to temperature in the oven, this will have had the opportunity to rise up again a little bit. Using some pastry scoop thing, I will capture this, pour it into the very, very hot cast iron pan, put the lid on it, and put it into the oven to bake. And then when it comes out of the oven, this recipe, it actually continues to bake even after it's been removed from the oven. And the loaf sings. It makes these amazing popping and pinging and all these beautiful sounds as it's cooling down. This will have a really good crumb to it. If y'all understand what I'm talking about, there'll be like lots of air pocket spaces inside the bread when you carve into it. And I'm really, really excited to see what this combination of dandelion blooms that I've been collecting and drying over the last few days, and just a little hint of honey, what that's going to be like. So with this, I'm just going to take a little bit more of the flour from the sides here. Sprinkle that on top so that the cloth will not stick, and we'll just leave this here to raise up while the cast iron pan is heating. And yeah, and then we'll be back for the next part in the next video. See you then. Bye.